Do you really need a lawyer for your workers' compensation claim? Hello, my name is Ty Wilson. I'm a Georgia workers' compensation lawyer practicing law in the state of Georgia. And the short answer is it depends completely upon your injury. If you have a very minor injury, you really don't need an attorney. You need to get the care you need and you need to get back to work. You're going to make more money staying at work and remaining gainfully employed and dealing with the minor injury and letting the employer and the insurance company pay for the injuries if they're minor. So if you have a serious injury where you need surgery or may need surgery, the bigger question is, are you going to be able to physically return back to work? And if that's a question mark, you likely do need an attorney to help you. And the reason for it is not necessarily what you see, but what is going on in the background. These insurance companies spend a lot of money on nurse case managers, and these nurse case managers are reaching out to the doctor when you're not around. They're supposed to provide you notice. None of them ever do. They're supposed to notify you 10 days before they're going to meet with the doctor and invite you as the patient to be there. They never do. So what are they doing? They're working on the doctor releasing you back to work. That doesn't sound like a bad thing. And in fact, that's how they pitch it to the doctor. Hey doc, do you think they can get back to work? Maybe light duty, maybe something sitting at a desk, even if that's not your job. And so where that comes into play is the employer, if you don't work at a desk job and they make a desk job for you, really what they're doing is they're stopping the checks for the insurance company and making sure that the employer takes back the employee. But if they created a job, well, the question is, do you think they're going to keep that job that they just created to get you back to work forever? It depends on what you're doing. If they've created a new position, there's a chance, but I don't think that the chances are that great. And so you have to look at the whole picture when you're injured on the job. If you know other people who have been injured on the job, did they return? If they did, well, maybe they had a minor injury, or maybe the employer brought them back to work. Maybe they hired an attorney, maybe they didn't. Sometimes when you hire an attorney, the employer will take a more aggressive stance towards you. The insurance company will always take the aggressive stance. You are threatening their bottom line, which is money in their accounts. That's how a fictional insurance company exists, by taking in premiums and paying out as little as possible. The workers' compensation laws are supposed to be there to protect the employee. If you've been injured and you've suffered a work injury, you realize rather quickly the laws appear to really be protecting the employer. However, there are ways to meander through the system, and the reality is there is a sort of balance with the system. And so if you're lost and you're meandering through a system in which you might need a surgery or you need care, you're not getting the care you need, the answer is yes. At that point, you do need an attorney. We recommend that you reach out to several, you speak with them, you find out, are you comfortable with them? Are you comfortable with what they're saying? Are you comfortable with their plan? If they tell you something you don't like, well, the question is, what is it they're telling you? If they're saying, hey, I'm sorry, but workers' compensation does not pay for pain and suffering, well, that's true. And so you may not like that, but that shouldn't be a reason to not select that attorney. Do your research. Getting an attorney involved can be a serious thing. And so you want to make sure that it's someone that you're comfortable with and someone, more importantly, that you trust is going to do the right thing and maybe also help explain why. We try to do that here at the office, at my office. And we try to treat you like we'd want to be treated if the roles were reversed and we were injured and we had questions. And so that's what we try to do. Some other attorneys try to do that as well, but what's important is that you find someone that you're comfortable with in moving forward with your claim. The consultations are all free. If an attorney tries to charge you for a consultation for a work injury case, you want to just move on to the next one, because the consultations are free for work injury claims. And as a result of that, you should be able to get some good information. Now, I will say this, it's not always easy to get an attorney on the phone because we are busy. However, once you do, have your questions ready. Write them down ahead of time. be prepared, and you'll see how prepared the attorney is in the question and answers that you have for them. But do your own research, find out what's out there. Don't just listen to someone who may have been injured in another state. All states are different, and quite honestly, all claims are different. You've heard that before, and the reason for it is that there are good and bad adjusters at the same place, at the same office. There are good and bad insurance companies to deal with, generally speaking, and then they hire attorneys that some are more difficult than others to deal with on the other side. Well, you mix those three moving parts alone and you can get a lot of different combinations of a puzzle. And so the reality is you need to find someone that you're comfortable with that can help walk you through the minefield of workers' comp. If you have questions about a workers' compensation claim, we would love to speak with you. Feel free to contact us at the number on the screen. And you can also email us at the email address or come visit us at our website. We hope this information has been helpful, and we'll look for you on the next video.